Hey, this is Tim back again with you. I wanted to do a demonstrational video on how I use my Sodastream home soda making machine. The machine itself comes with pretty comprehensive instructions. I'm not necessarily trying to go over the basics of it. I will say the reason that I'm doing this video is because I was not fond of their Diet Coke or Diet Cola flavoring. So I went on a quest to try to remedy that, and my quest took me to Sam's, where I bought a 5-gallon box of Diet Coke syrup. Now the box itself is fairly heavy, hard to maneuver. There's a solution to that, and it is cheaper than their soda syrups for the amount of soda that you get. That one box, 5-gallon, makes about 25 to 28-ish gallons of soda. They say that mix it 1 to 7. I mix it 1 to 5, and it's Diet Coke, spot on Diet Coke. In order to not have to maneuver this box around every time I want to make a soda, I transfer it, not all at once, of course, into multiple mason jars. I fill about 4, 5, 6 of these up a month, and that lasts me about a month anyway. And it's fairly simple. What you want to do is, when you first get the box, this is the hardest. This is the hardest part of it, really, and it's not even that bad. I'm going to try to get this camera angled at a good angle here. You get the thing, and it's got this little adapter that is made to screw onto, professional whatever soda machines. Well, in order to get the syrup out of there, you don't want to cut the bag open. So what you have to do is take a butter knife or a screwdriver or something, and as you can see, I'll bring this in a little closer, there's a star pattern. Right behind that star pattern is where you're going to get in with your knife. Now, like I said, I've already done this. It'll be easier this time than normal. But when you get in there, you're going to have to start on one side and pry out, and then start on the back side and pry out until you get this thing out. Then the box is open. You can use it. And like I said, like here, I just set it on something. Take it and fill up your mason jars. And once you do that, like I said, I do about 5, 6 of them, and I've already done a couple this morning. I wanted to save some to do for this video. Now there is other alternatives than mason jars. If you've got a pitcher that you can screw the lid onto, or something like that, you can fill that up and go from there. But it needs to be an airtight, whatever it is, needs to be airtight, and sealable. I'll put these in the refrigerator. I put the box of soda in the refrigerator. These boxes of soda, their expiration date, this one is March the 7th, 2013. Now these boxes, a lot of times you'll find them in kitchens where it's, sometimes above 100 degrees. That's why they have such a short expiration date. If you seal it back up and put it in the refrigerator, I'm sure you could easily double that. However, if you've got a family that you're going to run through this box of soda in a month, you're not going to be concerned with that. You don't have to put it in your refrigerator. I, however, single individual, it lasts me 2 to 3 months, so I try to keep it cold and as fresh as possible. Now, once you've got your syrup in jars, it's a little bit different than your regular soda machine. They come with their own little measuring cup lids. I don't even, yeah, dude. And of course, you know, it's the standard, you know, measured out, poured in. To use, you know, the real syrups, it becomes a little different. What you want to do is get you a measuring cup. And for a 1 liter bottle, you're going to measure out 200 milliliters of syrup. Now, of course, you can go a little above, a little below. That's the cool thing about being able to make this stuff at home. You can go and tweak it to your preference, but pretty much spot on 200 milliliters is spot on Diet Coke. Now, let's go ahead and do the little demonstration here. I use filtered chilled water. The reason for this is most of your soda machines that you at your restaurants or whatever, they filter and chill the water before they carbonate it. One, filtered water, you know, it's just better for the mix, but it you know, minerals in your water can affect the flavor of your soda. The other thing is chilled water is easier to carbonate. It takes less carbonation to carbonate chilled water than it does warm water. The third, my favorite benefit to it though, is the fact that once you mix it up, it's ready to go. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pour some of this into the bottle here. Looks like it's on the edge of the sink, but it's really not. And there's a line on the bottle that you fill it up to. And I don't have any of the smaller bottles. I'm sure a half a liter would be the same. You use about 100 milliliters of syrup mix instead of 200, but that's, you know, duh. Doesn't take a whole lot of rocket science to figure that out. So we're going to go ahead and carbonate our water. Now, in the instructions, it says clearly, only carbonate water. 1 buzz, 2 buzzes, 3 buzzes. Now the reason you only want to carbonate water, and I'm the kind of guy that if I can't find a logical reason for something, I generally don't really care about that rule anymore. There is a logical reason to that rule. This CO2 canister in this device is pressurized somewhere into the neighborhood of 1,200 pounds per square inch. It's a lot of pressure. These plastic bottles will burst at somewhere around 200. This has a pressure relief valve in it that when you press the button, you hear it buzz. That's that pressure relief valve. If you tried to carbonate soda, it might work the first time. Might work the second time. But eventually, that pressure relief valve is going to get stuck with sticky liquid in it. And when you go to pressurize it at some point in time, you won't hear that buzz, and you will hear a loud pop when that bottle bursts. And it's, of course, very possible that you'd sustain some kind of injuries from that. So follow the instructions, only carbonate water. Cold water. So now that we've got it carbonated, remove the bottle. And because I'm adding 200 milliliters instead of a little capful, I have to pour just a little bit of the water out. Just a little bit. And get my jar out of the refrigerator. And add the water to the measuring cup, or add the syrup to the measuring cup. And that's spot on, about 200 milliliters. I actually like it just a little bit above. Okay. Right at the top, right where I like it. And then, of course, it's soda. Don't shake it. Just gently roll it around. Roll it a little bit. There you go. Diet Coke. And that's how I do my Sodastream machine. Now, as far as the cost savings, I've done the math. It cost me right at the same amount as it would cost to buy 2 liters of soda per liter. There's two benefits to it right off the top of my head. One being that if you don't drink a liter of soda and you put half of it back, the next day it's not as carbonated, it's not as fresh. The other benefit being that if you're the type of person that runs to the store and picks up a couple of 2 liters every other day or something, you're going to save gas by not having to go to the store as often to get sodas. I'm hoping that eventually the price of these of the CO2 cartridge will come down. Unlikely though. But you could definitely save money if you have somebody that owns a restaurant and is willing to bulk purchase these boxes of soda. That box of soda cost me about $80 at Sam's. And I know restaurants, they don't pay $80 for their boxes of soda. It's probably in the neighborhood of $35 or $40. So if you could get with a restaurant, you could get your boxes for cheaper, and that would drastically drop the price per liter of soda. And that's about it. Like I said, just to reiterate, these jars, they last me, about 5 of them last me 2-3 weeks, maybe a month if I'm not drinking soda too much. The box itself can last me anywhere between, I said 2 or 3 months. It's probably closer to 4. It's not very often I go buy that box. And of course, that all, again, depends on how quickly I consume the soda. Some weeks I drink more than others. So it's a good rig. I like it. I love being able to tweak it, add more or less carbonation. And the flavoring, you can add more or less, tweak that. It's a good setup. It's worth the machine itself, about $80. It's worth it. You can buy an extra couple of bottles so you can take one with you, accidentally leave it in the car. You've got another one in the house. You can make your own soda without having to run to the garage and get your soda out, or bottle out, wash it, whatever. But yeah, it's a great system. Thank you all for viewing, and have a great afternoon.